Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you back to the show. My name again is Morty Smith. If you are joining me for the first time, I want to say thank you for taking up your time to listen to this video. And if you have not seen my last 2 or 3 videos, I will encourage you to go back, watch it, make a comment, like, and share the video. I will do appreciate that. But there's so much to talk about our country, Liberia. So much. As I said earlier in my past video, this channel is created to be able to educate the younger generation that will be eligible to vote comes 2029, not to make the same mistakes that the older generation have made for the past 20 to 30 years. So again, I want to welcome you back to the show. As we're about to play our theme song, I want you to stay tuned. We will be right back after our theme song. Thank you. So I want to welcome you back to the show. As I said earlier, there's so much to talk about, but we'll discuss one issue at a time. Not to take a longer time on this video. This video probably going to last for 10, 11, 12 minutes. I'm not going to take up your time, so bear with me and be patient and watch the video to the end. Leave your comment, like the video, and let's share the video. This channel, again, as I said earlier, was created to empower the youth comes 2029 in making the right decision for our country, Liberia. We start to talk about it now. We will keep talking about it until 2029, by the grace of God, to be able to make the rightful decision for our country. And one thing I want to talk about tonight is our country when it comes to election. When you travel around the world, or you watch other elections around the world, not Africa per se, but maybe Western country or the European countries, before the election, they have a presidential debate, they have a senatorial debate, and they have a debate for representative as well. But we don't find those things happening in Liberia. I know that at one point they talk about debate, to have a debate, but some presidential candidate refused to go for the debate. I don't think it's fair to the Liberian people. The Liberian people deserve to know who they're going to put in power, what's their agenda, and what are those things that they're going to do to be able to better the lives of the people of Liberia. So it is very important that we have a presidential debate, even if we have 1 or 2 debates. It's very important. Somebody will be watching this show and may say, oh, but the presidential candidate can go to the radio station or the podcast and tell you what he's going to do for the country. I agree. But when it comes to a presidential debate, it's between 2 candidates who is contesting for that election to be able to tell the Liberian people what they're going to do for our country. So I think it's very, very important that we, the people of Liberia, deserve to listen to those that will be running for president in our country, to be able to tell us what the agenda is and what we did do when they become president for Liberia. I think it's very, very important because I know Liberia politics is all about propaganda and lies. And when you're on a debate stage, when you lie to the Liberian people, and when they find out that you lie to the Liberian people, then it makes it more difficult for people to vote for you. So I think, in my opinion, I think it's very much important that we have a presidential debate, not just presidential debate, senatorial debate, even debate for representative. I can't imagine having a debate where you have representative people that are wanting to be a representative to have a debate. I can't imagine. So I think it's very important for our society, and it's very important for our democracy that we have a debate every time we have an election in our country. So that's one of my points that I really wanted to talk about tonight, and I hope I keep talking about it because this process will able to open the eyes of the Liberian people, will be able to challenge the Liberian people to know who really have love for the country. Again, as I said, a presidential candidate can go on a podcast or on another network to talk. That is a complete different thing when they're having a debate. Because when you're having a debate, you're facing each other. And you be open and tell people what you're going to do. For example, the last time I was watching Spoon TV, the Alexander Comey was running for president, comes 2029, was on Spoon TV. He said a lot of things, good things. And it's just a one-man show. But when you have an opposition standing next to you, and you have questions coming from different networks, and make it difficult to answer. And when you give a stumbling answer that people don't want to hear, and people don't trust in you, people will be able to make the rightful decision before the election. So for me, I think it's very important that we have a debate, a presidential debate, every time before election. So another thing I want to talk about is the situation we find ourselves in as Liberia. I know a lot of people say we went through 14 years of war. We lost over 2,500 people. I understand. It's difficult. People lost their life. People lost their loved one, lost the parents. Some people lost their children during the war. My sympathy goes out to those people. It happened over 22 years since the war ended in Liberia. And Liberia still remains the poorest country, one of the poorest countries in Africa and in the world. And when you read those things that make you poor, war is one of those things that affect the economic growth. And it causes a country to be poor. Your infrastructure, your road network, those things create a lot of damage for your society. It makes your country downward when it comes to ranking a country that have the opportunity to be among the top country in Africa. But there are other countries that have overcame situation. We cannot keep dwelling on war, war, war all the time. As I said the last time, there should be a room for growth in our society. There should be room that we can learn, we can grow every time in our society. The oldest African country in the world. Oh, the oldest African country, Liberia. A country with 5.7 million people, and people are still living in poverty. A country with 5.7 million people, still ranking as the poorest, one of the poorest countries in Africa. We have other countries in Africa, like Nigeria, over 200 plus million people. Although people are living in poverty, but the country is moving every single year. We look at Ghana. We said development is hard. Nothing comes easy in life. We have to take the risks. We have to fight for what we love. And that's what I think that 2029 is a very critical year for change. I want to say thank you again for tuning in. May God bless you. And may God bless our country, Liberia. Thank you.